Lately, everything might feel a little farther away than it used to. Not gone, just distant. You're doing what you normally do. You're showing up, you're moving through the day, but it feels like you're watching your life from a step back. Like the colors are still there, but softer. Like the sound is turned down just enough to notice. Nothing dramatic happened. Nothing obvious broke, yet something feels muted. If you've been wondering why moments don't land the way they used to, why even good things feel slightly out of reach, this space is for that feeling. There's no rush here. No need to fix anything yet. Just stay with this moment. We're going to move slowly through what this distance can mean, without pushing it away, and without asking you to be different than you are right now. If everything feels distant right now, it doesn't mean you're broken. It doesn't mean you missed something important. It doesn't mean you're failing at being human. This kind of distance can show up quietly, even when life looks stable from the outside, even when nothing seems bad enough to explain it. Sometimes the mind creates space when it's been carrying too much for too long. Not as a mistake, as a way to breathe. You don't have to earn the right to feel this way. You don't need a clear reason for it to be real. Feelings don't always arrive with explanations, and there's no deadline for understanding it. No clock counting down until you're back to normal. Right now, the most important thing is this. You're allowed to be here as you are, without judgment, without pressure. We'll keep moving gently, one layer at a time. You might notice that your days are still full of motion. Tasks get done, conversations happen, responsibilities are met. But something feels missing from the inside of it all. It's like your mind knows the steps, but your presence is lagging just behind. You respond automatically. You nod at the right moments. You say the expected words, and later you can't quite remember how it felt to be there. This isn't emptiness, it's disconnection. Your thoughts may still be active, but the emotional layer feels thin or distant or flat. This can happen when you've been on for too long, when you've had to keep going without enough space to land, when rest became something postponed instead of practiced. So the system adapts. It shifts into efficiency, into autopilot, not to erase you, but to keep you functioning. If this sounds familiar, you're not failing at presence. Your mind is doing what it knows how to do when slowing down didn't feel possible. Stay with this understanding for a moment. There's more beneath it, and we're not done yet. Emotional distance often gets misunderstood as something going wrong, as if a part of you shut down permanently. But distance can also be a pause, a subtle one, so quiet you might not even notice when it begins. When you've been absorbing stress, expectations, or unspoken pressure, your system looks for ways to reduce the load. Not by stopping life, but by softening how much of it reaches you. So emotions don't disappear, they step back. This can feel unsettling, especially if you're used to feeling deeply or being emotionally available to others. But pulling inward isn't the same as losing yourself. It's more like your mind saying, let's create some space for now. There's no announcement when this happens, no clear signal, just a gradual sense that things don't hit as hard. And that can bring fear, worries that the distance won't lift, that this is who you are now. But pauses are not conclusions, they're adjustments. Right now, your system may be conserving energy, waiting for safety, waiting for permission to slow. You don't have to force it open. We'll keep exploring this gently, one layer at a time. One of the most confusing parts of feeling distant is noticing it around people you genuinely care about. You might still love them, still value them, still want the connection to be there. Yet when you're with them, something feels muted. The warmth doesn't reach as far. The closeness feels harder to access. This doesn't mean your relationships are failing. It often means your emotional bandwidth is limited. When energy is low, connection becomes quieter, not absent, just softer. You might find yourself listening without fully absorbing, responding without much feeling behind it, wanting to be present but not quite getting there. That can bring guilt or confusion or fear that something is wrong between you and them. But distance in connection is often about capacity, not care. Your system may be prioritizing stability over depth right now, choosing what feels manageable, protecting itself from overload. If this resonates, take a slow breath with that understanding. We're still moving forward. There's more to uncover and no rush to reach the end. When distance lingers, pressure often shows up right behind it. A quiet voice asking when you'll feel like yourself again. A comparison to how you used to respond, how you used to feel, how things used to land. That pressure can be heavy, and it can make the distance feel worse. Because emotions don't return on command. They don't respond well to being chased. The more you try to force warmth or closeness or intensity, the more your system may pull back. Not out of resistance, out of protection. There's a difference between noticing distance and demanding it disappear. When you give yourself ultimatums, your body hears urgency, not safety. And safety is often what allows feeling to slowly come back online. You don't need to fix this right now. You don't need to measure your progress. You don't need to recreate a past version of yourself. This moment doesn't require effort. It requires permission. Permission to move slowly, without judgment. Stay with that idea for a moment. We're getting closer to something important. Even when everything feels distant, there are quiet signs that you're still here inside it. They're subtle, easy to overlook. The fact that you notice the distance at all. The fact that you're aware something feels different. That awareness is not numbness, it's presence. Just in a softer form. You might still pause at certain moments. A sound that briefly cuts through. A thought that lingers a second longer than the rest. A feeling that almost surfaces, then fades. Those aren't failures to feel. They're signals. It means the connection isn't gone. It's just resting. You don't have to chase these moments. You don't have to hold on to them tightly. Just letting them pass through is enough. Sometimes staying connected means not asking for intensity. It means allowing neutrality, allowing quiet, allowing yourself to exist without needing proof. You're not absent. You're just turned inward for now. We're almost at the place where things can soften. Stay with me a little longer. Even though this distance feels personal, it isn't something you're alone in. Many people move through stretches like this quietly, without words for it, without knowing how common it is. You don't have to explain it perfectly. You don't have to translate it into something lighter or easier. Sometimes connection begins with simple recognition, a shared feeling, a single word that matches what's inside. If something in this space feels familiar, you can let that be enough. Just knowing that this experience exists beyond you can ease the weight a little. There's no expectation here, just presence, and the reminder that you're not isolated in this moment. One last part remains. Take your time. If everything feels distant right now, it doesn't mean you've disappeared. It means something in you is resting, rebalancing, taking the space it didn't have before. This distance doesn't need to be solved. It doesn't need to be rushed away. It can soften in its own time. You are still here, even if you feel quieter than you're used to. Even if emotions arrive more slowly, even if connection feels different right now, nothing important about you is gone. Nothing essential has been lost. Sometimes being present looks like simply staying, breathing, letting moments pass without demanding more from them. When the distance begins to lift, it often does so gently, without announcement. Until then, you're allowed to move slowly. You're allowed to be exactly where you are, and that is enough for now.